about this one?
Yeah, so I added some new slides, kind of revamped our PowerPoint this morning, and we will play a few things on your screen. Yet, if you guys would just do yourself a favor, do me and Mike a favor. By the way, we've renamed our meeting.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is TMI.
TMI.
Tim, Mike, and Information.
Tim, Mike, and Information. TMI. Isn't that great? Or not? Maybe not. You can write in the comments.
Now, what if they're watching us on their cell phone?
Oh yeah, well that's a good point. Then silence maybe your notifications so that you're all in. I actually have a shirt. You might have seen it before. I wear a shirt that says "All In" on it. Be all in this morning. We got some really powerful stuff. Utilize your time.
Okay,
let's do it.
Let's get going. Okay, so calendar for the month. Tech training. I know it's a little hard to see this. We're working on getting a whole bright screen on this. You've got this calendar already. One change. My class from last Wednesday is now this Wednesday. House tour.
Tomorrow.
1 o'clock. We'll do a quick house tour and figure out all that. By the way, you all seen the city council vote. Things go into effect tomorrow. So we're monitoring. Thursday. So we're monitoring what they say we have to do, what we're considered in certain areas of the building. So we're monitoring all that, and we're going to be mindful of doing what's right. So we're just trying to figure out when they get the rules out, what's going on. So anyway, I don't know what that'll do to some of the classes like the house tour, but we will keep you all informed, and we'll do the right thing through all of it. So.
And he's talking about masks, obviously.
Yeah.
That is, you got yours.
I got my mask.
Oh, wait. Oh, dude, I was half expecting Disney.
It's a Vera Bradley.
A Vera Bradley.
Yeah. Matches my purse.
Fantastic. Man, the style's out today, I tell you.
Okay, so calendar's going. Important things to know. Tech Tuesday with Dan Turkel right after this.
Again, Dan, we got you.
And he'll help you through all the good stuff coming up. Bold Pivot in August. This is a quick way. And what does BOLD stand for?
BOLD, if you've never known is an acronym. You always say KW in acronyms. Business Objective, a Life by Design.
It's not about selling real estate. It's about living a life.
It's about choosing what you want your life to be about, right? And so, in knowing what you got to do in order to have your business fund that life.
Yeah, I love it. And so, Bold Pivot is a 4-week session in August. It's going to be real quick and easy, and it's going to be during the time, hopefully, kids are back in school, if everything works right. So it's a chance for you to learn and get your business going for the slower fourth quarter. Agents that did it in June, which was bold, had a 133% increase in their business. So this is important stuff.
Wait, 33%? Is that a typo?
No, 133.
133% increase.
So that's a great way.
I think that might have paid for the.
Oh, I don't know. It's so expensive.
Oh.
How much is it? It is
$99. I mean, you get to experience what Bold is all about for a tenth of the cost.
Yeah.
So that I would say is just kind of worth it.
And the average person who does Bold comes out, I think it's with 12 more deals out of it.
That's right.
That pays your $100 immediately.
I think it actually has been upped from that. I think it's actually 14 now.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So $100 would get you into this. It's Zoomed. It's easy to do. It's a 4-week program, lots of focus on role play and script practice. The way you get better in front of people is practicing with people who are safe.
Yeah, and believe it or not, this is the way I was always taught it, is that what you say to the client are the scripts you learned, and or what you say to the client is the scripts you use. And so if you want to be able to counteract, if you want to be able to overcome some of those objections, the scripts that we learn are ways to help us in our businesses and our clients in negotiations, all that. Those scripts, so powerful.
And some people say, I don't ever do scripts. Scripts don't work. Scripts is just memorizing something. So real quick, pretend it's October 31st.
October 31st.
You come to my house.
I come to your house.
What do you say?
Hey, Mike, happy Halloween.
And what else do you say to your kid?
Trick or treat.
Oh, here's some candy. That was a script. He said trick or treat. I knew what to do. Scripting is just learning what to say in the right situation. And I got candy for you later.
Okay,
so,
thank you.
Okay.
Oh, back to school.
Back to school. So when kids are going back to school, that's a chance to get back to the basics of real estate and figure out how to make your business better for the fourth quarter.
Which is what we're doing today.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And there was so much comment last week on a putt-putt fundraiser.
We had that conversation.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it.
So we're looking at this again with the new rules coming out. We got to figure it out. But we're actually looking at doing a putt-putt golf tournament as a fundraiser for KW Cares or some local something or other that needs it, but
not a TMI putt-putt.
No.
Oh, what's that?
Springfield Cares.
Springfield Cares. That's right.
Wrong screen.
And go back.
I was trying to get the chat up to see how many people
were saying anything
about new associates.
Jump back on screen though. One other thing to know: If you're like me, you had that whole 13 weeks at home and you didn't get your continuing ed done. Rachel, tell us about continuing ed.
Continuing ed.
Yes, so continuing education, believe it or not, it's still due this year. I know. So if you guys haven't heard, we have partnered with CE Cheap to provide a discount code for everybody to get their continuing education done for a reduced price. There's a two-step process for continuing education. Even though you may have completed your credits, you still have to pay the fee for renewal to the MREC. So if you do your CE credit courses, but you don't pay the fee, you're still not renewed. Or if you pay the fee and you don't do your continuing educations, you're still not renewed. So it's a two-step process. Brokers are due by August 31st, and salespersons are due by October 31st. So make sure you get those done. And I believe whenever you complete the course online, they will go ahead and email those certificates for you, but just go ahead and download them, and make sure the Missouri Real Estate Commission and the GSBOR gets copies of those. Out of the 12 hours, one of those have to be the Code of Ethics class that you have to complete. It's the core that has to be done. So make sure you get those completed. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to anybody on the executive team, Jim, Don, and I believe Nicole's the one heading all of this up, so she kind of has the master spreadsheet for all if you have any questions about it.
Speaking of Nicole, actually, Rachel, would you give us an update for everybody on Nicole? As we're all, I'm sure, still, thinking about her and keeping her in our prayers.
Yeah, Nicole, actually, you're on the call. Nicole, do you want to speak up?
Hi, guys.
You're looking great.
You look great. That name really, really makes you look good.
Well, thank you. It's just, it's my mask for today. I am feeling much better. Past couple days were pretty rough, but I am doing much better, and hopefully I can get cleared, in the next week or so, because I do miss everyone, but just want to let you know all of your really kind thoughts and messages to me and just wishing me well and everything has been amazing, and it's definitely helped me feel better. So I appreciate all of your help and your concern with that.
We all appreciate you, Nicole. Thank you so much for being on the call today too.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to jump back. Rachel, is there anything different on husband-wife teams on CE?
Yeah, so not to call anybody out, but last time we had the renewal, we actually had a husband and wife where the husband paid his renewal but forgot to pay his wife's renewal. So that was an interesting time. So make sure that happens. If for some reason you do not renew with the MREC, you do have to complete the 24-hour class again. So that was kind of a race to the finish after all that happened. And unfortunately, if you do not renew with the MREC, we are going to have to send your license back to the state. And that will cause a lot of issues. You can't conduct business anymore. So let's just be proactive, get it done now so we don't have to worry about it come August or October.
I mean, God forbid it falls away and you've got deals in the works,
right,
and then you can't get paid.
Well, in the CE Cheap, I've been in real estate since 2007. That's the only continuing ed I've ever done. It is simple. It's affordable. It's on your schedule. And especially with the discount code we've got, it's simple.
Yeah.
So do it that way.
Yeah, take the stress away.
Fly through it. Just keep pushing through. Fly through it. Take the test, and you're done.
Love it.
Exactly.
Love it. And we would love your feedback, by the way. If you like this format where we've got it back here and rather than on your screen, so that we can kind of point and interact rather than just having us in the little box up in the corner.
An interpretive dance.
I know. Well, you always are interpretive dance. So if you like this, by the way, let us know. If you like it the older way, we can do that too.
Okay, cool.
All right.
New people. If you're a new person, we have several joining. In fact, onboarding is going on all the time. Do the wave thing, thumbs up, and people are going to greet you and say, hey, glad to have you here. But we're happy to have you joining us.
Yes.
New people every week.
Made the best decision of your life.
Yep.
I mean, this company has changed my life. It will change yours, I guarantee it.
Yep.
All right.
Always glad.
Oh,
okay.
Perfect. We're going to do a little video. I have run a coaching business for the last few years, and I was just going to do a tidbit this morning. So he's going to cue that up.
Maybe.
Share. And
where do you go?
Oh. And play.
Have you ever heard that you are the sum total of the top 5 people you hang around? Well, I think that's kind of a lame statement, but what I will say is that you get to choose the people you get to hang around, and that your life will be determined a lot by those people that you've specifically chosen. And believe it or not, it's whether you're consciously or unconsciously choosing that. So what I'd love for you to know today is that you get to decide who's going to be the main influencers in your life, whether it's even a TV show or a movie, something that inspired you. There's a lot of different things that we allow to influence our life. One thing I'll say is, if you look at the people that are the best in the world at a certain thing, like sports, for example, name someone that was the best in the world at something, or the top team in the world at something that didn't have a coach. And here we are, supposed to go through life without having a coach. So I would like for you to choose someone to go, that person I would fall into battle. That person I would choose to go into danger with. Like, that person has the integrity, that person has the ability, that person has the wherewithal and the life experience I want to learn from, and be more purposeful about hanging out with that person. Reach out to them, say, hey, you're somebody that I immensely respect in the world, and there are too few people in my life like you, and I want to be more purposeful about that. So can I take you out to coffee once a week or once a month so that I can just bring to you what I'm learning so you can help me make good decisions? If you did that, it would change your life forever. And so that's this little video is, who are you choosing to help you live your life? Otherwise, you're getting the life by default. So anyway, that's my wisdom for today. And I hope you have someone great in your life that you can really model yours after. And it could be any particular area of life. All right? It could be about business, or it could be about love, or it could be about raising children, it could be about your marriage. I don't know. But I'll say you've got to have people in your life that you can reach out to or reach into with you in this one life you have. So let's talk soon. And or watch the next video.
Oh, I gotta stop the video.
Center. Okay, there you go.
There we go. All right, we're back. Here's a cool thing. We have Tim, and you can get the right screen.
Yeah.
Or do I have it up there?
Oh, you good?
Tim has been part of KW stuff forever. He knows how to do all these different things, and he's a coaching guy also. We get him for free.
That's right.
You've got to use his info, his knowledge. He's here to help us all.
I want to come alongside all of you. I want to increase the income you make, the life quality you've got, and I want to help you achieve those things. And some of the tools that KW offers is how I did it and how I'd like to impart it with you. So I'm excited. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
And that video is so important. When I taught, and I was a band director for many, many years, I told people, who I see you hanging around with as a freshman, I can tell what you're going to be doing by the time you're a senior. The people you surround yourself with are going to make a world of difference on everything.
And you get to choose that.
Yeah.
So it is about that choice.
Yep.
And so I'm excited. In fact, speaking of choosing who we're in business with, our vendor program, amazing. It's almost like we planned that.
Yes.
Wow.
Nice segue.
I like it.
Cool.
So if you have great businesses, if you have family members that do a great business, I mean, it could be a mowing service, it could be a landscaping, it could be a plumber, a roofer, an electrician. All these vendors that we use all the time, we like to recommend them. We want to be able to know who's great, who's tried and true. And so if you've got somebody great, we want to know about it. We want to include that in on some of our recommendations.
Speaking of, is Casey on the call?
Casey, are you there? Speaking of great lending.
I am. I had to get my mask because I heard Nicole was going to be on the call.
Oh, no. Oh,
Just
no.
joking.
All right,
I texted her this morning. It was okay. It wasn't a low blow. Nicole knew. So, Rachel, calm down. No, I'm actually going to go over a deal or something I saw on Facebook this morning. It was posted by Kerry Prater, and he was asking about an appraisal issue that he had come up. It was basically the lender that he was going through, or that I think he was the listing agent in this case. Basically, the appraisal was questioned because they said Fannie and Freddie did their desktop review and it came back that it was overvalued. That is something that we've always done. We've never not done that. That's always done. It's just where it's affecting everybody right now is because it's taking appraisers 2 to 3 weeks to get out there. So the reason he found out the day before closing, I don't know the whole situation, but I'm going to go on the limb and guess that's because everybody's just running so behind and we're just pushing every minute. So again, it's very important. I mean, he probably should have known the day before, a week before closing instead of day before closing. But that is the case. It's always something that's been done. It's just always been behind the scenes. That's why you guys have never really known about it, because it's not always an issue. It's handled before closing. So
It's just the time crunch of everybody.
it's the
buying
time
and
crunch.
financing.
It's the time crunch. That's all it is. And
Okay.
so I just wanted to go over that. And if you guys have any more questions on it, let me know and we'll go from there. And then also I see Mal Bailey on here. I don't know what the heck she's doing, but I did her home loan. And every time I called her for an underwriting condition, I was never caller number 9. I was always furious with you, Bailey. I wanted to be caller number 9.
Never win.
Mal is thinking of getting her license, so I invited her to the team meeting today to get a taste of KW. So
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, she is, I'm going to tell it now, she is a
All right.
DJ. So that's where that kind of came from. She's a DJ on a radio station here in
Yep.
Springfield. And I was never
Fantastic.
caller number 9.
Good to see you.
That's so good.
okay,
That's it.
thank you, Casey.
Thanks.
Let's go on broker moment. Jim, Don
Jim
is
or Don on the
Don as far
call.
as a text on. Basically, know your contracts, know what you're writing, do things the right way.
I would say you need to have a healthy respect for the contract. That is the way that I've always taught it, and the way that I was taught it myself is that he who knows or she who knows the contract better wins.
Mhm.
And we would not be doing our fiduciary responsibility to our client if we didn't know that sucker inside and out, watch the changes that happen over time. It's a constantly morphing document that when you can explain it, know it, and it's like being able to wield a weapon.
Yep.
It's a very powerful thing. So yes,
Don is on phone. Anything you throw in, Don?
he unmutes himself.
There he is.
No, I think that covers it right there. Is the more we know about the actual paperwork that we are submitting, the better agents we're going to be.
That's right.
And you know, I've had a number of calls again this week of just somebody thinking that it's one way, and I direct them and say, go read the line of this line of the contract because it explains it very clearly as to the situation. So
That's right.
when in doubt, you can usually find the answer in the contract.
I mean, how long have we had contracts for real estate, and how much more detailed have they gotten in order to protect you as the agent, in order to protect the other agent on the other end,
Yep.
in order to protect our client? These are all beautifully written pieces that, if you know it well, it's like sharpening. It's like sharpening your sword. It's like knowing it
Yep.
inside out.
And as you know, one of our fees each month is $25 of errors and omissions. That's basically your liability coverage. You don't want to have to initiate that because there's a fee on top of that. If you don't know the contract or you have a question, call one of our brokers. They know it. They can help you with it.
You know, it's almost like we should have classes on the contract.
Wow. It's like they were on
Wait.
that calendar we
Oh,
just saw.
you mean on the calendar? There are classes
Wow.
already. No way.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Don. Hey, people, learn,
Appreciate that.
know the contract. Otherwise, you get in big trouble on those.
Awesome. All right, so we're Y4C2Ts. If you guys don't know what the Y4C2Ts are, it's our belief system as a company, and we have a guest here. Hello,
It's-
sir.
It's construction zone. I just want to be prepared.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And what do we have here? You've got your construction hat on.
Yes.
Because where are we?
We are building the future.
Yes, because we're in our future training room. This is
Yes.
This is the first team meeting.
In the training room. There's a training room. It's ugly right now. It's going to be pretty.
Wow, we just set history right now.
That's right.
I like it. So history can be dangerous.
I'm going to a YMCA convention later.
Okay. YMCA.
Okay.
Okay, and for the
Okay.
Cultural Spotlight,
Back to more
we got
serious.
Springfield Spotlight last week.
Austin Styles was the winner last week, so I called him. I said, who is the culture winner this week? And it was Nicole.
Nicole.
Nicole, by being proactive, jumping ahead of things,
Yes.
and realizing there might be something wrong, she proactively did not come in and
Right.
took the right testing. And also want to recognize her for taking a great step to protect all of us.
Protected all of us. I mean,
Yeah.
that is really, you are keen enough to know that there was, symptoms coming
Yep.
up. I better let everyone know. And it saved
I do
saved
like
us
this.
all a whole lot of headache. And
Yep.
the outpouring
Yeah.
of concern, as much as she wants to be in the office. I know you, Nicole, and you want to be here.
So we'll get you speedy once we find you.
That's right.
So, okay. DTD2. Again, this is an easy way to call people, know who you're up. The letters this week are your B's and E's. I'm behind, so if you're an agent that has a last name with B or E, I'll be calling you this week to say hi, see how you're doing.
If you've never seen this sheet, by the way, as I was reworking our slides,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it starts here, right? So this is where it begins. Then it goes to the next.
Second quarter.
Then it goes to the next, and then it goes to the next. And these are all the months and the starts of the weeks, right? So really each week has a focus for who you're calling out of your database.
Yeah.
And that I just wanted them to know. If they didn't know what that was, it's a very strategic way to look at your database, contact them purposefully, and just stay in that relationship. Because if you just vary out of the relationship just a tad, some other agent could swoop in there and become the one who gets paid.
And then I do it through command, and I do contact notes so I can remember, like if it's a client I talked with 9 weeks ago and they were almost ready to list, I put the notes in because I can't remember.
He's amazing at that, by the way. Like, you're better than me, and I'm really good.
Well, that's true. I can't remember stuff. I know my weaknesses, so I've learned ways to work around.
I like
it.
it.
Okay.
So,
how's the
knowing
market?
the market. How many people ask you that? Right?
A lot. Well, actually,
hey, what's the market doing?
It's unbelievable.
It is.
That's always the answer.
It
whether
is.
It's good or bad. It's unbelievable.
It's fantastic.
GSBR, 333 listings, 266 contracts, 474 for SOMO. It is still, and obviously we're gaining more listings now because we were going negative for a while, but we are actually gaining some inventory, but good homes are still selling fast. The reason they're going higher, I think a lot of sellers and maybe agents are testing the market, trying to get more than they probably should. I got a couple clients doing that. So price it right, it'll sell fast. You want to price it to sell or price it to wait. So that's kind of the way to look at it.
That's a great line. I like that.
So market's doing good still.
Perfect.
In fact, I got to pull up a picture real quick.
You do?
Yeah, I posted this on the Facebook page today. We were number one in our region this last month.
We were number one?
We were number one.
This Springfield office was number one?
We were number one.
By what?
This is from Keller Williams. They can't read that. What am I doing?
It says congratulations.
Do not get old. Keller Williams Greater Springfield, 489 closed units for the month. Next place was Capital Realty at 415, and then third place was 319 Joplin. On top listings taken, we were number 2 with 294 for the month.
Man, my first month and we're number one already.
You're amazing.
Dude, wow.
Way to go.
It's like God's on our side. I love it. That is
not
fantastic.
like the agents out there know what they're doing.
Okay. All right, this week's focus. Let's hit it. You ready?
And we've talked long. We got about 8-9 minutes. So we'll go fast. Okay, so
flex changes.
Flex changes are coming. There's more of that info coming. We'll get onto that. We want to jump through some of this because we've got other stuff. Flex super user. I'm going to talk about that next week. If you're a transaction coordinator or if you work in a team, that is a secret weapon to make it easier to get into Flex. Dotloop privacy agreement.
There's a bunch of changes happening with Dotloop, and if you don't know that system yet, what I might do is maybe we'll teach a class or we'll bring in a specialist from that has used it for years and years like myself, and we'll have them come in and do a big training.
But if you've not seen this on Flex, if you're still using Dotloop, which we all are basically, it's owned by Zillow, and if you don't opt out all of your information from 2016 up, they're going to sell to other people.
That's right.
So you've got to do this opt-out thing. It's simple. Lindsay Fearing tried to do it for a lot of people, and it wouldn't allow her to. It's one email. That's all you got to do. But otherwise, all of your clients' info is going to be sold to other agents. So
I want to touch on that really quick. So the email is support@dotloop.com. So in the GSBR sent out an email, and you just need to copy and paste that format and put your email and your member ID number. That whenever you send it, they'll send you a confirmation. I did it, and I also mentioned for Keller Williams Greater Springfield. We'll see how that works, but everybody needs to do it. Even if you used to be an old user or you're an referral and you had an account, it still matters that you send that in. We are switching to DocuSign. The end date is September 15th. So this is part of the transition over, but for right now, you need to submit that email at support@dotloop.com. Copy and paste that format template that the GSBR sent out and send it off. I did it yesterday evening, and I already got a confirmation this morning.
And that template pops up every time you log into Flex unless you've marked it read later. But it's so simple, and you've got to do this. Otherwise, seriously, they're going to sell your data.
Well, they are. And that's the whole thing I was about to say is this is really about protecting you and our clients' data. And DocuSign has been for a very long time the #1 in security for our clients and for just data in regards to transactions and keeping that safe.
And we all hate change. We're used to a system. We know it's busy season. You know how to get a contract done fast in Dotloop, but we got to get the switch.
We've used DocuSign in California for the last 7-8 years, and so it is fast, and you can get used to it. It will be as fluid as what you're currently using in less than a year. I can almost guarantee that.
And Dan Turkel's been investigating it. He knows a lot of simple things, but we're going to help to make sure, maybe like a master cram day where we get everybody figured out how to put your templates in and
Yes.
everything.
Because that's really the key. You get your template set up, and then it starts to flow like what you already are
Yeah.
using. And so it just takes a little bit of time, but honestly, we've done it in California, and it's fast.
And Dan's
and
already
just have
taught
high
a DocuSign class already, and so it's uploaded to our YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com, search my name, and that class is already uploaded, so you can start watching it. We have multiples coming on the training calendar, but Dan has already taken that initiative to start.
You know, it's almost, Rachel, like you're amazing, and I'd just like to say that.
Okay.
You're awesome. Thank you.
The whole team is.
2020 halftime.
Yeah.
We are literally, where are we?
It is halftime of the year.
This is the half of the moment. And so
You can,
people look forward to the halftime show like at football.
well, you could look at the first part of 2020
as just
like the
let's-
San Francisco 49ers
like
did,
goodbye.
or we can do the second half like the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right.
So that's what we're going to do.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
a good switch.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
And so we're going to redo your goals for right now, because let's just pretend that the previous part of the year just didn't exist.
okay,
Does that sound good? So
Let's
that we can just
pretend that
continue to move
I'm
forward.
an agent trying to figure my life out.
That's right.
Okay.
So if you understand what this is, let's say you're driving, you're on vacation and you're going through a new city and you've got your phone up and you don't know where you're going, but you know the destination that you need to go to. Let's say a restaurant, or you're meeting up with your friends or your family. How often are you looking at the GPS, Mike?
I'm looking at it all the time, or I'm listening, because if you listen to it, it goes B-do if you got to turn left, it goes
Yeah.
do-D if you got to turn right.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's good knowledge.
yeah. But it helps me know where I'm going.
Yes. So you're looking at it constantly. It's up in front of your face. You're looking at which way do I go? Left, right, exactly. And we call it a GPS. GPS as in guidance positioning system, right?
Yes.
But in Keller Williams, for your business, in order for you to know where your business is going, Mike, we have something called a GPS.
Really?
It's a one-page business plan.
There it is.
There it is, to do sound effects.
So everyone should probably have one of these so they know where they're going.
Yeah, if you don't have a one-page business plan, it's like driving in a new city without your navigation.
And we
I hope you hear that, because that's like truly important.
Yeah.
So, not that you need to read this right now, but I did do a sample. Okay. Ooh, yeah.
Look at that.
And this is your one-page business plan. This week's focus is also going to be the 411, because they go together. And I'll tell you this. I don't know how many times somebody tried to explain this to me, and I'm trying to go as fast as possible to keep you guys on for your day. Now, when it comes to the GPS and the 411, these are two tools that I didn't even know about before coming to Keller Williams. And it took me about 2 years before I actually finally understood what these meant. And I'll tell you this right now, and I'm going to try to go through it as fast as possible with Mike.
I'm going to call an audible. Why don't we give them sort of taste of this?
Yeah.
And then we devote next week's meeting to helping. Because here's the deal. First half of 2020 doesn't matter. Whatever your goals were, they may have changed.
Right.
We want to get everybody set up to finish the year strong.
That's right.
So should we just get a quick taste
Sure.
of it, and then we can go the whole thing next week? That way more people can be told about it.
Okay.
So
yeah, this helps line up. The 411 helps you line up the dominoes, if you will. If you ever go to a big seminar and you come back with a lot of things to do, and then you just put that book on the shelf, and not half the time none of it even happens. But when you come back with a lot of aha moments, or if you come back with a lot of like great things to do, this is a 411 is a great way to line those things up so that you know what your focus is that week and the action steps that you're taking on that week.
So in other words, not looking at the big goal, you're looking at what you have to do, the baby steps to get there.
In a way, yeah. And you have accountability. It's an accountability tool. So this helps line up the GPS's dominoes, action steps with accountability.
Yep.
There you go. So example GPS. Do you want me to go through this fast?
Let's go through a fast one, and then next week we're going to help you all to show how to set up for the rest of the year.
When we have more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
I don't want to wait. I don't want them to lose how important all this is.
Your example, goals, priorities, and strategies. That's what GPS stands for. And this is part one.
Keller Williams has an acronym?
Another one.
Wow.
Amazing. Goal must be a SMART goal.
Let me guess. Acronym?
Yep. So
Okay.
if you've never heard of what a SMART goal is, it goes like this. It needs to be specific, S, measurable, M, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. When I say a SMART goal, and you'll hear me reference that often, and you've probably already heard it before at some point, but it's specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. If you have a goal like, I want to sell more houses, it's vague, it's not specific, and it doesn't help you get where you want to go. So let's create one. So a big goal could be 70 transactions. To make that more specific, let's say you do a 50% business.
Okay.
35 buyers, 35 sellers to do 70 transactions.
When you look at it that way, it doesn't seem as big a deal.
Not that bad.
Yeah.
But at an average of 180,000 average price points to gross 12.6 million in volume, now it's getting even more strict. Oh, that's how much my volume should be. at
If-
this price
If
point
I'm doing this many
if you're doing that
deals.
many transactions. And then my business to generate that much GCI. So your gross commission, Mike, if you did 70 transactions this year or next year at 180,000 average sales price, you're going to gross 225,000.
So are you saying since there's a half of this year left,
Yeah,
if I reasonably figured half of this, I could make another 110,000 this year?
amazing. So,
Just-
so if I just said, here's your business plan, here's your
Uh-huh.
GPS, and then here's your 411 with the action steps and the goal this week, and if I paid you $225,000 this year to do that, how does that sound?
Oh, I'd do it.
Oh yeah. So
I like money.
here we got the goal. Remember, goal, priority. Here's the priority. Number one is you got to know your numbers for how many leads you need in order to get how many deals you got to do.
If only Rachel taught a class on knowing your numbers.
What?
Amazing.
No way.
It's like you do that, don't you,
Is that a
Rachel?
thing?
I know. How fun.
So what she's teaching helps you make more money.
So it's almost like we've got these dominoes lined up in our office.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Okay.
So the priority, number one, is knowing your numbers and hitting those numbers.
Okay. So show me some numbers.
So strategies, here we go. Knowing those numbers, if you're going to do 70 deals in 1 year, you need to have 6,806 leads. And what that means is that could be your
Wow.
database. That could be your database and prospecting and marketing. So if you do a big marketing ad on Facebook, how many people can you hit? A lot.
You could do a bunch right
You
there.
could get 20 leads just from that one marketing ad.
Yeah.
Right? So how many people do you have in your database?
5792.
Whoa, so he's almost there. 5792, but are all of them are thinking about buying and selling
No,
right
a
now?
lot of them are
No.
realtors.
So you have to have a lot more than you think you do. That's
Yeah.
why this is a huge thing. If you can get one thing out of the meeting from today, this is a big one. If you don't know how many leads you need, you're never going to reach where you want to go because most people don't think they need half of that.
They figure 4 or 5
They
a
think
week.
they're like, oh, I just need like 100 leads. They're like, no, you need thousands of leads in order to.
And that does not mean you're calling thousands of people.
No.
It means that all these different ways
That's
that we
right.
have to help you find
That's right.
these leads.
So we're going to actually officially look at what those leads would come from.
Okay.
So appointments, agreements, wall of value, what you're adding to your clients, the closings of 70 deals, which matches, and the profit margin. A typical business, and this is one thing I'll add just really quickly. A typical business, when you actually look at the gross commission income or the amount of the money that the business owns, the owner doesn't get all of that. And as a business owner, you will have a profit margin that you're going to be looking at. And a 40% profit margin is actually a pretty good profit margin.
Yeah.
If you look at owning like a Starbucks, they have like a 6% profit margin. I don't know if you guys know that, but there's a lot of different businesses out there. Like if you owned a McDonald's, they kind of proven that they get like a 10% profit margin as the owners.
So we can make in real
So
estate
in
40%.
real estate, for us to get a 40% profit margin is outstanding. So I just wanted to set the standard straight a little bit about that, that just because you might not be like literally netting the 225, if you're running a 40% profit margin in this business, you're doing really, really well. And a lot of agents are not doing that. They're not smart with their investing and all that.
So let's
Let's look at
say
the-
from
let's-
there,
Yes.
unless there's anything else you want to put on. But
Yeah.
basically, gang, you need to join next week because we can help you figure out how to make $112,000 in the rest of the year.
That's right. Well, let me do one last thing.
One more thing.
One last thing.
Okay.
So the strategies, because that's actually number one. The number one strategy of your priority for this year is open houses, online platforms like Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. If you are not like rock solid on those things, it doesn't take long to fill out your LinkedIn profile. I mean, Dan, it takes what, 10 minutes to set up your LinkedIn profile?
Yeah, about that. Not very long at all.
Not
and you
very
can
long.
schedule all of your Facebook posts and everything like that through Command as well. So at the end of the day, it takes very little time to do all this.
Exactly. So then number 4, door knocking. 5, circle prospecting. 6, you could get a billboard. Man, if there's one thing I know about Springfield,
I've
you
got
guys
one.
you guys and your billboards are crazy.
I had one. It's rolled up in a shed somewhere. So
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. We just did an example, and this is part 1. We're going to go to part 2. We're going to get very specific and help you guys with your 411 to make that action steps happen. We got way too off track in regards to
well,
timing.
a lot of good info, but and I don't want Tim to rush through this because he was showing it to me. And this can make your 2020 the best year ever in only 6 months.
Yeah. And it's just going to be a one-pager that basically lays out what you need to do in order to make the money you want to make, because really, truly, your business is supposed to fund the life you want. And that's what we want to get real specific on.
And we're going to go through it as a sample, but then we can meet with you and help you do this for your individual goals.
Yes.
So
I'd say a workshop.
Yeah.
A workshop so we could actually touch more of you, to
Yep.
come alongside more of you at once.
Okay.
Anything last we need?
There's the, let's jump through that.
Yeah.
Don't look at the screen while he's,
Look at the
I'm gonna block.
screen.
You don't see anything he's doing.
Okay, there's the 411.
That way we'll save it for next week.
And here we go.
Okay.
Upcoming.
Stuff. So, flex changes are coming. Dot Loop and DocuSign, 2020 halftime. We'll get into this next week, but let's go on to the next thing.
Oh, that's fine.
Tim has a quote. He has a lot of quotes, so we're gonna throw one up
Yeah.
each week.
This one's one of my favorite ones, and it says this: there's no comfort in the growth zone, and there's no growth in the comfort zone. So if you're sitting back, comfortable, probably not growing your business.
You're not.
But if you're uncomfortable and you're working hard, guess what? You're probably growing. And so when you stop growing is when you get old.
Yep.
So let's not get old, and let's continue to grow. I like that.
So we're gonna do a lot with that next week for you. Okay, tell us something good. I got 27 comments that came in today, so I'm gonna go through these. Lindsay Page Fearing offered to opt everyone out of affiliate sharing in Dot Loop because she is amazing. I don't know if she was able to get it all to work, so double check, but she was trying to jump on that for everybody. Jen Biddle signed a huge investor this weekend.
Wow.
Adam Grady, thank you very much, from Jennifer Hickey. Make sure I got throw it. Don Klepper wanted to compliment everyone that calls before writing a contract to make sure it's right. So like he said earlier, and then Dana Gross said, thanks, Don, for all you do. Jordan Rhodes crawled through a doggy door to unlock a house for some clients of mine while I was out of town.
Wow.
He almost got stuck. Fat guy in a little
Oh my
coat.
gosh. I love the gifts, by the way.
Adam Grady, this is from Jen Biddle. Adam Grady and Don Klepper are always ready to help. Letitia Wooten organized the tech area.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks so good in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's usable. Melinda Love is always encouraging me and telling me how proud of she is, says Jennifer Biddle. Alex Feeney volunteers most weekends to help new agents shadow her on open houses. That's from Lexi. Wes Litton says Kevin Spalding found one of his lock boxes left open by another KW agent. Got it notified. Letitia Wooten helped tremendously to Elise Ellis. We have a turtle habitat and sweet turtle, sweet t-shirts. This goes on. And Misty McIntosh is always helping and sharing KW culture. That was just, I posted this yesterday. We've had that many people say how much good we're doing with each other.
I can't say enough great things about that, you guys. In my office in California, as the team leader for the last 3 years, it was a struggle to get people to say something good. And for you guys to just jump on it and say so many positive things, I love hearing that. And so I just wanted to compliment all of you for being the KW culture that we've seen with about Nicole and people jumping on that. There was no real negative things said about that. It was so powerful to see everybody come alongside her. And so I just want to say, you guys live out KW culture. And that's one of the reasons I love this company is the things like that we do in KW Cares and Red Day and this kind of stuff right
And
here.
we're going to help you all keep the culture and grow a profitable business for the rest of this year.
Yes.
So,
lastly, Tech Tuesday.
Right afterwards with Dan Turkel.
Dan, we got you, buddy. We got you.
Come with your questions, everybody.
Yeah.
Perfect. You like my slide?
That's awesome. I love it.
Hey, how about Tim with all the new graphics? They're all KW colored. It's nice.
Beautiful.
And pretty.
We're getting better. We got so many fun things about to happen, one step at a time. There's a focus for every week, you guys. If you just put one great domino that needs to get that knocked down every week, so that no matter what, I'm going to knock down this domino. It could be making your database more sparkly. It could be reaching back out to your database that you just have been meaning to get to. Every week should have a domino like that. And so we're going to line them up.
Yep.
And then
one
do
little
this.
step at a time.
Right?
Yep.
Love it.
Thank you, Rachel, for hosting, making the meeting run smoothly.
Yeah, you should send us off with some good music too.
Yeah.
Oh, she's already on it. I can't tell what it is.
Okay. You got it.
Oh.
Thank you all. See you next week.
Elevator.
Have a good week.